Hello, New Life. Welcome. My name is Zach from the Pastors, and I'm on here with Miranda and Tami. And so, hello. Glad you guys are here. Introduce who's Miranda, who's Tami, just so people know.
I'm Miranda.
And I'm Tami.
There you go. And so, you guys have both gone through our next steps and want to become members. And so, we just kind of want to introduce you to the life of the church and let people know who you are, and a chance even to have a conversation to hear what God is doing and is doing in your life. So, how long have you guys been attending New Life?
So I've been attending New Life and brought Miranda with me. It's been off and on for about 5 years, and then pretty consistently for the last 6 months to a year.
Yeah. So about you, Miranda, when did you start coming to New Life with your mom?
I started, 2 years ago? Yeah, about 2 years ago. I actually live in Flagstaff right now. So it was really hard for me to consistently go to church while being up there. So I tried really hard to find a church, couldn't find one that I felt like I fit into, as well as I fit into New Life. And then the pandemic hit and church went online. So that was kind of a godsend. It was pretty awesome. As much as I love to go to church in person, the online was great for me. And now I'm back and forth between Tucson and Flagstaff, and I go every weekend that I'm here.
Great. It's fun to hear both your stories of what God is doing in you and through you, and how New Life is just a small piece of that for you guys. And so, but we're glad for that. You both went through Next Steps a couple months ago. You finished it, and that's why you're here. You would pursue a membership. What was that process like for you of going through Next Steps in those 4 weeks? What did you learn? What did you discover? What did you enjoy about it?
So I think the best part of Next Steps, when we saw it advertised at church, we knew right away that it was something we wanted to participate in and to explore further where we could fit in really well in service to the church and to the community. And so I think for me, at least, it really gave me a fantastic picture of just all there is at New Life that we can do. And all there is, so many service opportunities and different things that ways to connect with others, especially during this time when it's just really challenging and we don't always have an opportunity to meet in person. And so it gave us opportunities to connect and meet people online, and gave us opportunities to find ways to connect.
Yeah. How about you, Miranda?
I definitely agree with my mom. It gave me an opportunity to reach out to people who, I may not have ever reached out to. It created friendships for me that are going to be lifelong, and that's pretty awesome. But I think the biggest thing that I got out of the Next Steps, or the Next Steps, was God called me to be baptized. And that was really powerful, because I had never thought of it until I took the class. So that was awesome.
That's good. You both got baptized after Next Steps.
Yeah.
About 6 weeks ago now. Is that how long it's been?
A little under.
Yeah, about three?
4?
Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
3 weeks. It's all, life is a blur right now. Time is a blur. So whatever. Yeah. That was, you guys got baptized together, and how fun, how exciting that was to be watched and participate in that. What's something God's teaching you right now in your life? Yeah.
So for me, and I actually took a couple of notes so that I would kind of keep my train of thought, but that He's teaching me right now, and that even when we're unsure about things and we're uneasy about things, it's trusting in the fact that He's not. He's not unsure about where we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to be doing in our path. Even when we feel unsure, I'm learning to have faith in the fact that He's not unsure, and that He's all knowing and all powerful, and that He's guiding me, and He's guiding my relationship with Him. And so I think that that's probably the biggest way that He's working in my life right now.
That's great. What about you, Miranda?
Personally, I believe God's working in my life in a little bit of a different way. I strive to walk in God's footsteps every day and be forgiving and patient and kind with those who aren't like myself. I struggle a lot with being patient with people. And I think He's helping me guide or helping guide me to be a little more patient and be a little more kind and to be a godly woman. I think He's also working in me to be patient with myself too.
Sometimes that's the hardest part, isn't it? Sometimes it could be a lot easier to give somebody else grace rather than to give ourselves grace and stuff. So that's a great thing. It's been fun for both of you in different ways to walk along this journey with you guys over the last, like you said, Tami, the last like 6-7 months, especially as you guys have kind of engaged in life of the church. And it's just fun just watching God work in your heart and your life. And there's joy in you guys that it's fun to be around you guys because of what God's doing in you and your constant smiles and your constant just joy of what God's doing. And so I just affirm and encourage you and just to keep walking and trusting with God and letting Him be faithful in those times where it's hard to be faithful. But it's been so much fun to walk along this journey with you. And so thanks for letting us be a part of your story and watch God at work in your life. So thanks for sharing. How about if you were, somebody might be watching this and they kind of feel like, man, maybe I was where you are, Tami, like 6 years ago and only coming to church occasionally, or, whatever. People could be watching this in a lot of different places. What would you tell somebody who is in that spot where they feel disconnected or feel a little lost, or kind of maybe where you were 6 months ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago? What words of encouragement would you offer?
So I think that a connection with Christ is super important. And I've heard a lot of people talk about their relationship with Christ being personal and private. And I agree with that. I think that everybody has their own personal journey that they need to walk on in their own relationship with Christ. But I know that being a part of a church body and being a part of worship and being connected and serving in the capacities where we're called to serve, I think that reaffirms that connection. And it also gives us that faith and that understanding that even when things don't turn out the way that we expect them to or want them to, that He's there and He's walking with us. And there are other followers who are walking with us who, in those tough times, in those moments where we might not just need someone to pray with, we have those connections, and we know we have people to reach out to who are like-minded and have similar hearts and for Christ. And I think that's getting involved in the church and being a part of the church body is so important. And Next Steps really will help you understand where you fit into the bigger scheme of things and where your gifts can be shared with the church body.
How about you, Miranda? How would you answer that question?
Well, going through college, I think it was really difficult for me to form connections, especially once COVID hit. That definitely made it a lot harder. Next step gave me
We got it. Yeah.
Right? Gave me the opportunity to reach out and form friendships with people over the internet. And even though we can't be face to face or go out to dinner, it's still nice to jump on Zoom with people who I met in Next Steps and just have a chat with them or pray with them or walk in the same path as them or see what their views in life are and just have a conversation. I think it helps with our sanity a little bit sometimes just to form those relationships. So
and connectedness. I think that's really, really important.
Yeah, whether pre-pandemic, during pandemic, or post-pandemic, like whatever it is, like that's just true for life. We all probably feel it a little bit more right now, but it's true. It was true a year ago. It'll be true a year from now as well. And so that value, that just importance of having people in our lives is so true. My last question, and I'll let you guys go. When you think about the future, just being part of New Life and joining New Life, what excites you about that, of being part of New Life's future?
So for me, I'll start again. So for me, the most exciting thing for me is, like I said before, building those connections, finding opportunities to serve, and being a part of the growth and the development, and sharing New Life with my friends and family, and introducing new people to New Life. I've had several people just through little things I posted on social media here and there. I love to post on Sunday something profound from the message that I got out of that service. And I've had people reach out and ask me questions about New Life. And I think that it's super exciting to be able to share, not just share Christ with them, but also encourage them to visit and share this experience with us. New Life is an amazing place. The people, everybody that I've met and everybody that we've shared this journey with have been incredible. And so I'm excited about that and building those relationships as we walk together in Christ.
About you, Miranda?
I agree. Going back to what I was saying, you know, the connections and the friendships that you build. I lost my train of thought.
Because our dog,
I know.
Miranda's dog is whimpering behind us.
Yeah, that's okay. It's life. This is what we all are doing right now.
Right.
It's just normal.
But Lucy, no. Just the connections and, you know, the friendships that are made is, I think, one of the biggest things for me.
Yeah. Well, what a cute dog, one. But second, more importantly than that, we are so glad you guys are part of New Life. And we're so excited that New Life is able to play a small part of your story. And we're more importantly excited even to see where your story is going to lead you. An opportunity you guys have not to impact other people for what God has in store for you, and the good work that He wants to do in you and through you. And so we just stop and we pause and we just praise God for what God is doing in your life. And so we just say, and we say, welcome to New Life. And we are so glad you're part of our church and part of our family here. And so we are looking forward to what God has in store and for you guys. And so thanks for doing this. I know this is not your favorite thing in the world to do, but it's good. It's good to hear your story. It's good to hear and just to welcome you to our church. So we're glad you are here, and thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Jack. You've been absolutely amazing through this process for us as well.